What's up, everybody? This is the Chicago Sports Talk Michael back at it again with another Chicago Bears video. So, it's come to my attention. A decision has already been made for the Chicago Bears on the first overall pick. And shout out to one of the loyal people out there that actually knows football than most of y'all in the comment section. Shout out to Adam Mason, one of the YouTube content creators that I follow on YouTube. He actually does a lot of good analysis and breaking down the game for Justin Fields. So, and basically all the other quarterbacks. And he basically what he does is what Swifty does, but I think Adam Mason breaks it down a lot better. No offense to you, Swifty, if you're watching this. So Adam Mason did a video with some other individual, and Adam Mason is claiming that a decision has already been made for the Chicago Bears. Now, it just got me thinking, maybe a decision has not been made yet. But this got me thinking. He says that the Bears already made an agreement with the Commanders for the first overall pick. So he says that the Commanders would be getting the number one overall pick. The Bears would be getting the second overall pick per two second round picks. So that means the 36th overall pick and the 40th overall pick that we traded with the Montez Sweat trade. And then a next year first round pick. So that got me thinking for just a second. No, I was like, there's no way a decision can already be done when we have not even seen Caleb Williams' medical records. But it just got me thinking. If you think Washington is going to be sold on Jaden Daniels or Drake May, and they won't be leaving the draft without trying to force the Bears to trade out the number one overall pick to acquire Caleb Williams. Like, this is making sense now. This is why you have people like me, Adam Mason, Swifty, Keith on the mic, and Chicago Bears Central that break this down for you. The timeline is that this is perfect. The fact that Washington has this scenario where they hired Cliff Kingsbury to be their offensive coordinator, and it's ironically Cliff Kingsbury was Caleb Williams' quarterback coach in college. So you're seeing now the timeline is adding up to them trading Sam Howell to the Seahawks. You're seeing now that it's all making sense why Justin Fields, and plus it's making sense why Fields hasn't been traded. It's making sense about why the first overall pick hasn't been traded yet, because Washington, all they have to do is view Caleb Williams' medical records, and if it looks good, I guarantee you on the 20th you will see a trade happen on that day once they're satisfied with Caleb Williams' medical records. So a deal has been done. So what are my thoughts? It does make sense to me that the Bears have already made their decision, but they're waiting for Washington to make sure that they're okay with giving up the haul for Caleb Williams, because you don't know once teams look at medical records, and Caleb Williams has to do a good pro day, and the Commanders, they may up the haul offer. So as far as my knowledge is, the Bears will indeed trade the number one overall pick to Washington. And folks, I think the Caleb Williams fanboys better start coming to realization that they were trying to big themselves up, saying that Justin Fields will be traded to this team, and it's ultimately going to come to a bitter end. So either you're with us or you leave the fan base to go join the Washington Commanders. It's your choice at the end of the day. But when there's noise, like I said, it's not only Adam Mason that it's been reporting about this. It's been he's been getting it from sources that you hear on Twitter that the Bears have already come to an agreement. They're just waiting on Washington to look at the medicals, which it's making sense why they hired Cliff Kingsbury. Like they're not like I'm going to tell you something. The Commanders are not going to be sold on either Jaden Daniels or Drake May. Caleb Williams is by Cliff Kingsbury already said that he views him as Patrick Mahomes 2.0. So they're going to do everything, best believe it, they're going to do everything in their power to make sure that Caleb Williams ends up being their guy come draft night. So anyways, that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comment section down below if you agree with this theory that's going around. Honestly, I was a bit skeptical about it at first, but I had to make sure that the timeline makes sense. Why the Commanders went and hired Cliff Kingsbury? Why they're in talks by trading up with the Bears for the number 1 overall pick? Why they're going to Caleb Williams Pro Day? So it makes sense. They want Caleb Williams. So let me know in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching and bear down.